David Toller here with Supplemental Seminary, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the microphone, the shock mount, the boom arm, then the audio interface that I get in order to achieve the awesome audio I believe that you're hearing right now coming from this microphone, audio interface, going into the computer, recording with a Logitech Brio webcam, and you can do the same, and I'm going to show you that now. The first thing that I want you to notice is the microphone, which is the Rode Procaster. There is a Podcaster that is a USB microphone. This is an XLR, and that's what you want to go if you want to achieve the best audio, is right here with the Rode Procaster. All right. Then I have the shock mount as well, and the shock mount prevents if I hit the desk or hit the mount to prevent it and to absorb that noise and vibration. Also, I have the Rode boom arm here. I'll put links to everything in the description below. But really what's making this microphone sound as good as it is right now is not the microphone itself. If you were to get this microphone and take it out of the box and plug it into an audio interface and then open up Audacity and listen to it, you're going to be awful disappointed if you don't understand what type of microphone it is and what kind of pickup pattern it has and those type of things. So let me give you a couple things to think about. This microphone is a broadcast dynamic microphone. It is very gain hungry. It takes a lot to drive it. It's an end address microphone, so you speak directly into the end of it. And so that's important. It's a dynamic microphone, and so it's going to cancel out a lot of the background noise, which is great because I have kids in the background right now. They're in the other room doing their work. And so that is a good microphone, especially if you do not have a treated room. Now, I'm in a treated room right now, and so that is going XLR down my boom arm, and I want to show you now my audio interface, which is the RodeCaster Pro. And this is what is allowing me to get the audio that you're hearing right now from this RodeCaster, all right, or Rode Procaster. All right, is that not confusing enough? As you can see here, I'm using Rode products. I believe they make good quality products. I'm not against others, but they're affordable for what you're getting and so forth and achieving. And this is the RodeCaster Pro. It'll run you $600 just for the interface itself, but it does so much and makes everything so much easier. As you can see, I have 4 channels that I can hook 4 microphones into. All right, so 4 channel here, and then I have my slider, so I can adjust my volume up and down. And then on these, I can have it, if my headphones are on, I can monitor this one individually, or if there are other people on here and we're doing a multiple podcast or something, I can hit those and listen to those. Also, we have the mute buttons here. I have 2 other microphones hooked in here, which are condenser microphones. As you can see in the back, I've got 3 XLRs plugged in, but right now I'm using my dynamic microphone, and I have the Rode NT1 as well as another condenser microphone hooked up here. I have them muted so I don't get backfeed. And so I have 4 channels. I also have the ability right here to hook in USB and can control that. I don't really use that much, as well as these 2 over here, which are pretty awesome. I can plug in a phone. All right, so I could have someone call in on my podcast. I could have someone call in and plug that directly into the back, and then to bring that up and be able to listen to them. As well as you have the opportunity to bring in Bluetooth. So I can even answer my phone and talk on my phone on this deal, so that's pretty neat. And pair devices, I don't have that hooked up now, as you could get phone calls and bring them in through Bluetooth. Of course, you're going to achieve a better audio right here. This is going to sound more like a pretty rough phone call with the Bluetooth, but you do have that option. This section over here, you can add different jingles, different intros, outros, sound effects that can be found. So that's all down here. You look up to the top, I have the record button. I am using this as an audio interface, but what I could do, and I'll show you as an example, I can hit record, and now I'm recording both on the RodeCaster Pro as well as to the mini SD card in the back. All right. and I can port that over into my computer by USB as well. So we'll let that run. That's fine. Over here are my headphones. I have 4 headphone jacks as well as a volume over here. I believe that goes with the sound effects, I think. I'm not very sure. But right here in the front, I have a port. I don't know if you can see that, but I do have a port that I have my headphones hooked into in the front, and I control that volume by this button, as well as the 4 in the back. This one's the smaller hookup, and then if I go in the back, I need the larger hookup for that one. So plug that back in. Now here's where this thing, you say, what's the big deal about this? Well, here's the big deal. If I go up here to the top and I hit the button, you can see I get several choices. Let me back out of that. Several choices here that I can amend and change. The first one you want to do when you set it up is hit the button, and it's going to give you the choice to maximize that microphone. Well, really what it's doing is seeing whether or not it is a condenser or a dynamic microphone. If you have a Rode product, you can see I've chosen the RodeCaster microphone, or if you have a Rode pod mic, you could choose that microphone. Have the NT1A, or like I have the Rode NT1, I could choose that one, or the Rode Broadcaster. And if you don't know, you can just search Google and see whether or not you have a condenser or dynamic microphone. There's a lot of differences in that, but really what it's trying to choose for you is wondering whether or not you will need phantom power. Condenser microphones require 48 volt of phantom power, which could be turned on. I have that off because this is a dynamic microphone and I do not need it. I've set my levels to about 35. I found like that is the best for me. And you want to get over here in the green. As you can see, as I speak up, I'm right there in the green part, which is a good volume. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to back out. Now I got the microphone set. I have the level set. Now I need to go in and set my voice. We go to tone. Usually what works for most people, whether you have a deep voice or a high-pitched voice or a medium voice, I just choose medium. And then the strength of it, if you have a real soft voice, you want to choose that. If you have a real strong voice, choose strong. I just go with medium. Now, this is what really makes everything sound as great as it does, is this has given me live, real-time audio processing. That's what's making me sound so great. Now, what I can do is I'm going to take off all the processing, and as I hit the button, now you hear just the clear microphone, the preamp from the RodeCaster Pro, and it doesn't sound bad by no means, but it doesn't sound as good as it did before. So what's so nice about in real time is I can just simply push a button, and all of a sudden I get this sound, which is coming from the microphone that you're hearing right now. It's automatically added a compressor, a high-pass filter, a de-esser, and then the big bottom, the aural exciter, which gives it that top end, and then the big bottom gives you that boomy radio voice. So all these processing is just the press of a button. I don't usually use the noise gate because I think it sounds weird when it closes that gate once you get to the point of not speaking at a certain time. So for me, again, you got to go with what you feel is best by going with the noise gate or not. I go back. I do have some other controls with Bluetooth, USB, and all the controls on each channel. For example, on channel 2, I have the microphone on a condenser microphone. Channel 3, I've got my NT1 hooked up, and I have it on audio processing, as you can see. All right, I go back to channel 1 that I'm on right now. I do have the option to go to home, and I'm going to stop the recording now, and I'm going to go to this cog, and when I go to it, another control that makes this even more awesome, if you go to advanced and you go to audio, and you go to processing, I can turn on the effects edit mode. I can get some more control over that. And the rest of them I don't mess with. Operations. I can get broadcast meters. Let's turn that on. Let's go back home. All right, so now you see the meters. You got some more granular control over this as far as the numbers are concerned. And then also, if I go into processing now, I have more control over the high pass filter, the noise gate. I can increase the de-esser. Look at all those options that I have with the de-esser. Okay, that deals with the semblance in your voice, the S's, which I have a lot of. Then I can go into processing and I can see where the compressor is working here. I can set my threshold, the ratio, and that red indicator light at the top is showing that it is compressing my voice to give me that radio voice. This is awesome. It was a new update that came out that I was able to update this for my computer to have more controls over the processing and more detailed processing. Okay, so you have, that's what makes this sound so awesome again, is being able to process in real time the video, or excuse me, not the video, the audio that's coming into the computer through the audio interface. This could be achieved in post-processing, but it cuts down the time when we're able to take what's coming out of our mouths as far as our voice being audible and processing that in real time. So if you're doing a live stream, it cuts down on your workflow at the end when you don't have to go in and do all the processing. Yes, you're going to pay for it, but it saves a lot of time, a lot of effort, very user-friendly. This thing is portable. It can be used as a soundboard. On the back, I have a place where I can put speakers. It's lightweight, travel easy. So if you're interested in that, then what you could do is go straight over to my description down below, and you will find the RodeCaster Pro along with all my audio set up. And if you need any more help, you know I'd be glad to help you out. But if you want to achieve this in real time as I'm recording right now, I'm not going to take it in post-processing. I'll take it and just upload it right to YouTube. Saves a lot of time. Yes, it's costly, but like anything else, you get what you pay for. But see the description below, and if this video was helpful, please give it a like, share, and consider subscribing for more future related content. And in the meantime, this is David Toller with Supplemental Seminary.